So today's question is, what is a VR Gunstock? And in very simple terms, it's some kind of physical device, either shop bought or made DIY, that allows you to anchor your controllers, your VR controllers, to something in the real world, that creates a more realistic experience, and makes it feel more like you're holding a gun, in basic terms. So, what is it? There's a number of different kinds that you can get. As I said, you can make one. You can grab some wood or some material, build your own, or you can go onto eBay, Amazon, wherever you go shopping online, and you can order yourself one. There's a question of whether or not you need one. We're going to put another video together for that, so you can subscribe and see when that one comes up. But basically, I think in real life you don't hold your hands out in front of you like that, because when you do, they move independently. They create unwanted movement of the gun in the game, right? So you add some other kind of device, and you're going to give yourself the ability to aim better, hold those two controllers in a better space. So what do they look like? Well, that's the weirdest thing, right? Because they can look like some pipe duct taped together. They can be 3D printed. They could be made out of wood. There's a whole raft of different ways that you can build one. So in its most basic form, some people have in effect duct taped their controllers to a piece of wood. And that's great, and that will give you that rigidity that you want and that ability to aim better. But when you want to do anything else, you want to grab some grenades, you want to reload that rifle, you can't remove one of those grips from the stock, so you've got yourself a problem. So there's a number of ways that gunstock manufacturers, or enthusiasts have come up to solve that problem. So you've got the ability for a kind of magnet and cup situation. So your controllers are fitted into a cup, and that might magnetically connect then onto the gun stock, which gives you the ability to kind of snap that off, and have the magnetic pull put that back together. So the other contributing factor in terms of what type of gun stock you might create and build, is whether you fix the controllers to the gun stock from the base of the controller, as a lot do, or from the top of the controller, and that might require adding in some kind of additional item that fixes onto the controller, like the magnet, for example, that gives you that ability to snap, or connect those controllers on from the bottom of the gun stock. And there are advantages and disadvantages of both of those. So obviously with the ones that attach underneath the gun stock, you've got the question of occlusion, and basically, are you blocking those sensors that your inside out tracking your headset is trying to look at, and that can cause a problem and cause you to sort of lose tracking a little bit of the gun during gameplay. But the advantage of that, for anybody who's used any kind of real firearm, or they're an airsofter or something like that, Nerf gun enthusiast, who knows, but the reality is that having the stock and the weight at the top of the controllers feels much more like holding a rifle. So that's way more useful if you want to create that level of immersion. Cool. So in conclusion, different people will want different stuff, and some people really love their particular brand of gun stock. I've tried 3 different types, which are three very different types of gun stock, and there are definitely advantages and disadvantages of each. And on a given day, I might choose to use a different stock. So thanks for listening. Hopefully that's given you a bit more of information about what a VR gun stock is. We can get into a video maybe if it was more if it would be useful to people, as to kind of really delve into what those advantages and disadvantages are in the future. So yeah, thanks for listening.